Hi, I am B. Janardhan Reddy. In this video, I am going to tell you how to draw normal to the curved surfaces. I will show you an activity to understand the concept of drawing normal to the given curved surface. And this is the topic from reflection of light at curved surfaces. And this is the first topic I am going to cover in reflection of light at curved surfaces. In the entire chapter, you are going to learn about spherical mirrors. We have two types of spherical mirrors. One is concave mirror and convex mirror. This one is the convex mirror and this one is the concave mirror, and we are going to learn all these things in detail in the next coming videos. So in this video, I covered only drawing the normal to a curved surfaces. For this one activity is there. I am going to show you that activity. Activity 1, finding the normal to a curved surfaces, to a curved surface. Because drawing the normal is more important. Once we know the normal, we can draw the incident ray, reflected ray, and we can draw the ray diagrams easily. So how to draw the normal is more important in case of curved surfaces. So for this I am showing you an activity. Let us take a small piece of thin foam or rubber. Take a small piece of thin foam or rubber like the sole of a slipper. Okay. So this is a thin foam or rubber. Okay. Now I am going to put some pins along a straight line on the foam like this. Observe carefully. Let us put some pins along a straight line on the foam. See here. Somewhere here on this line I am going to put some pins or nails. Okay. The first nail I am putting. All the pins I am going to put are along a straight line. Okay. So all these pins are perpendicular to the plane of the foam. This is the plane of the foam or rubber. So all these pins, for example, here take this pin. This pin is perpendicular to the plane of the foam. So here all the pins represent normals. If we consider the foam as a plane mirror, all these nails or pins represent normals. Okay, see here. All these pins are perpendicular to the plane of foam. So if the foam is considered as mirror, plane mirror, if the foam is considered as a mirror, each pin would represent the normal at that point. At this point, this pin represent normal to the plane surface. At this point, it is a normal. At this point, it is a normal. Okay. So imagine that, take one pin. So let us take this pin. If a ray is incident making some an angle with the normal here. Suppose a ray is incident like this, making some angle with the pin, and it will get reflected with the same angle like this. So the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and this is the first law of reflection. Okay, so any ray incident at the point, see here I am writing any ray incident at the point where the pin makes contact with the surface will reflect with the same angle as the incident ray made with the pin normal. So we considered pins are the normals. So any ray incident making some angle with the normal will get reflected with the same angle like this. So we have learnt this in class 9th. Okay, so drawing the normals to a plane surfaces is very easy. Now let us see how to draw normals to the curved surface. Now let us bend the foam piece inwards as shown. This is a foam piece and I am going to bend it inwards. Let us bend the foam piece inwards as shown. Okay, so I have bent the foam inwards like this. Then what happens to the pins now? Observe the pins here. Do they still represent normals or not? Here the pins still represent normals only. All the pins represent normals at the respective points, and all the pins appear to converge to a point somewhere here. See here, if we draw a ray like this, it will come like this. So all these extensions of the pins would converge to a point here. That's why all the pins again represent normals only. So this is a normal. This is a normal like this. So what happens to the pins now means they still represent the normal at various points, but all the pins tend to converge at a point. Now let us bend the foam piece outwards like this. Let us bend the foam piece outwards as shown. See here, I am going to bend this foam piece outwards like this. Okay, so I am not replacing the pins. The pins are as it is only. So the pins again represent normals only. Okay. So what happens to the pins now? What happens to the pins now? So here they still represent the normals at various points on the foam, but they appear to be coming from a point. See here how if this pin is extended, it would appear to be coming from this point like this. And this pin appear to be coming from this point. So all these pins still represent normals and they appear to be coming from a point here. They still represent the normal at various points, but the pins seem to move away from each other, or in other words, they diverge from a point as shown here. So this gives an idea of what is likely to happen with a spherical mirror. You see here, a concave mirror will be like the rubber sole bent inwards like this. This is a concave mirror. The mirror will be like this. This is not the concave mirror, but the shape of the concave mirror will be like this. And a convex mirror will be like the rubber sole bent outwards. Will be like the rubber sole bent outwards like this. So this is the concave convex mirror. Okay, so the convex mirror will be like this and the concave mirror will be like this. So cave means hollow inside. So here the reflecting surface is inner surface is the reflecting surface. That's why it is called as the concave mirror. How these mirrors will be formed, I will show you very clearly in the next coming videos. So here the reflecting surface is bulged outward. So don't imagine that these are the mirrors. Actually I am showing you the shapes of the mirrors. So drawing the normals to a curved surface I have shown you so far. So here drawing the normal to a curved surface is very easy. While learning about circles and tangents, you have learned that a radius is always perpendicular to the tangent drawn at any point on the circle. We can see that. We know that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent to the circle at that point. We can check this here. Here I am going to draw a circle and I will draw a tangent at one point on the circle and I will draw the radius. Later I will check whether tangent and radius are perpendicular to each other or not. So this is a circle and O is its center and P is a point on the circumference of the circle. Now we have to draw the normal at this point. Assume that it is a surface, curved surface. Now how to draw the normal at point P on the curved surface? First we have to draw the normal at point P. Not normal, tangent. We have to draw the tangent at point P. Here I am going to draw the tangent. So this is the tangent drawn at point P, and let us draw the radius EO, and the radius is always perpendicular to the tangent drawn at any point on the circle. Okay, if you measure the angle between the tangent and the radius, it will measure 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. So to draw normal at any point on the curved surface, we have to draw the tangent at that point. Then we have to draw the radius. Okay, so radius is always perpendicular to the tangent drawn at any point on the given curved surface. So let us take one more example here. Here I will show you the drawing of normal here. So this is one curved surface. Okay, so every curved surface has its own center of curvature. So imagine that somewhere it has its center of curvature. If you complete this curved surface like this, it will have its center somewhere here. So O is the center of curvature of this curved surface. So to draw the normal at any point on the curved surface, we have to draw the radius simply. So all radii will represent normals. Let us take one point here. Point P is there. So to draw the normal at this point P, simply we have to join P and O. This will give the normal at point P. Suppose here one more point is there. If you want to draw the normal at this point, simply join this point to the center of curvature. Okay, so if you want to draw the normal, you can draw directly. Otherwise, we have to draw the tangent. Here I am drawing a tangent. Every time I am not going to draw the tangents. For understanding purpose only, I am explaining here. So we have to draw the tangent at this point. Then we should draw the perpendicular to the tangent at point P. And this perpendicular gives the normal at point P. So this is the way of drawing the normals to a curved surface. Thank you.